Hello, BSR Nation, and welcome to Everland, home of the Ponderosa. Well, this is the first cold day of the year where I live, and I did a video the other day where I went and I told you I was going to pull all of my citrus, and you saw that I was moving my palm trees and I was putting them in there. That's my garage. But also what I decided is that I would move my lettuce, instead of having it in front of the garage where it gets really good sun, or at least it used to. But now, since the habit of the sun is different because it's a different time of year, and we are in a grand solar minimum, I decided it would be better if I would move my lettuce right here. Plus the fact I don't really use this fire pit that often, and it's helpful to have the things that I do eat on a regular basis right outside my door on the deck. So here it is. Here's the lettuce. I'm going to get some. Every day at the same time, Coach Thomas calls and he wants to know, so what are we going to have for dinner? What are we going to eat? Sometimes I don't feel like eating anything. So I ask him, what do you want to eat? Because I don't eat that much, believe it or not. Anyway, but today I decided, since yesterday I did the fun food on the live on the Instagram where I made the jalapeno poppers. I have some of those jalapenos, the ones that I stuffed and I didn't fry. I did not cook them. I have them in the refrigerator. So I thought to myself, why don't I just cook those? And here are the potatoes that I showed on the Instagram live, and also you saw me pull one of these out of the ground over there in the forest. Why don't I just slice these up? I already cleaned these. Slice these up, and I took these out of, I have a ton of peppers in my freezer from earlier this season, and they're delicious, believe it or not. Even this one that's actually red, this is a jalapeno. It's sweet. It's sweet. It's delicious. I could eat it just like that. So what I decided is, why don't I surprise Coach Thomas and let him have some of these, since this is what I eat anyway. So let me get him a couple of these. This is romaine lettuce. Delicious. Let me put it in a bowl. See? Romaine. That's one. And when they start getting leggy, what I've learned is I can make these last, and they can provide for me at least 2 more times, because if I don't let them run and go to flower, they'll actually produce some more leaves on these same plants. And all I have to do is watch them and harvest them when it's time. And getting some of this lettuce as well. That'll be delicious. We can have at least part of what we're going to have for dinner can involve the things that I'm actually growing for that purpose. And this will also be like an experiment. I love doing experiments. So there, have the lettuce right there. We have some more jalapeno peppers. We have potatoes, which I will be frying them with, or not with the jalapeno poppers, but at the same time as I do the jalapeno poppers. Okay, so let's check things out. It was extremely windy. It was very cold. I moved my my solar panels from over here, and I put them right there, because what I notice is that this time of year, number one, when the sun hits these windows really hard, and it warms up the inside of the house. So I decided to move these solar panels right here in this spot so that they can be charging at the same time as the heat is warming up the inside right over there. Okay. All right. See how windy it is? It was a lot more windy. It was windier than this. If you can see the pinwheel, if you can't, I'll show it to you. I'm going to take you over there. Remember I showed you my pinwheel that I actually can see from inside the house. That tells me how windy it actually is out here. But I'll walk up to it just so you can see. I covered up these sweet potatoes. I just put these rugs over them. And I put stones on there so that the rugs won't fly away and land down there in the water. And I had these. These are those things that you put in your windshield so that your car doesn't get too hot. I have a bunch of these because last year I made my weight room into my grow room, and I had these in there so that I could get the maximum out of my grow light. So I had these around the plants under the grow light so that the light could be reflected from this onto the plants. So I just grabbed some of these. I wrapped them around these banana plants so that I can, like an experiment, try to see how I can actually, how well these will overwinter in the ground if their stalk is protected. Because I know it's going to warm up again. Where I live, it doesn't really stay cold. It gets very cold, but it doesn't stay cold that long. So I wrapped the trunks of these banana plants in this. There's one over there. There's one there. And then I took these planters that I really didn't have anything in. They were sitting over there by the blackberries. And I was going to, my plan was to put either blueberries in there or to put some russet potatoes in there. I'll probably still do that. But for now, I just brought them over, turned them upside down on top of these smaller banana plants. You know, just so they won't become damaged by this cold wind. And then when it warms up, which will probably be in about 2 days, all I'm going to do is just take all this off and lay it right in there until I need it again. I don't mind. I love doing these experiments, and I love taking care of Everland. So we'll see what happens. And oh, I took this planter as well. Did the same thing over here. A little banana plant. So like I said, I put the stones on top of those so that they don't end up down in that water down there. Okay. And I feel a little confident walking on the path in here to a certain extent, because when it's cold like this, the snakes actually, I believe they go underground. They don't really, you don't see them too much. So that's good for me. But like I told you before, I don't really stand in the forest or go and venture off anywhere in there, because you just never know when some of these branches up here are going to fall. It's very dangerous. Okay. So, back to dinner. So I have jalapeno peppers. I have some from last, I guess it was from July or this July that I froze. And I'm going to fry the ones I picked yesterday or the ones I picked 2 days ago. They're already stuffed. This is where I put all, I'm going to organize this a whole lot better than it is now. But just so you'll see what I've done so far. Don't judge if you see that it's like, you know, looks kind of junky. Anyhow, back to the food. So we're having salad. I'm going to fry those. I am going to fry those red potatoes. Typically, you don't fry them. People don't do it, but I'm going to. And these are the calamundins. Remember I told you it takes about a year for them to get. I could totally leave this on here until next year, next summer, and it'll be about that big. They don't get totally big, but that big. It will be orange, and it will actually be a little sweet, but they're very sour. Yeah, they're very sour, like a lime. So I might take a couple of these off because we can actually squeeze these on the salad. I'll get another one in a minute. Well, I just get this one since I'm out here. They smell so good. All right, I'll come back out and get some more in a little bit. Just wanted to show you what I've done in here. They smell good. I wish you could smell these. They smell so good. Anyway, so I brought everything in. Everything's safe. The grow light is on. So they're getting more sun, more light, I will say, in here than they would if they were still out there. And they're not going to freeze because, yeah, I have a heater too. I'll turn it on if it gets too cold in here. And like I was telling you, I wrapped all of these banana plants up, but I can already see, what this cold is doing to these. You see how flimsy that is? It's because these are being damaged. These are being damaged by the cold temperature. And did you know that you can actually eat banana leaves? You really can. You can totally make a batter. First you pick this and you cut it up into little squares like a chip, like a pita chip. And then you can make a batter and you dip it in there and get it all battered up, each piece. And then you take those pieces and you fry them crispy. And then you actually have delicious banana leaf chips. So really every part of the banana plant is edible. Every single part of it. So if I ever feel like I need a little something, I just come out here and cut her down. Okay. All right. Well, that's what I wanted to show you. Give you an update on how things are going down here. And let you see what I was talking about on the live Instagram. But anyhow, this is the lettuce I just showed you, and this is the intention. And this is what I'm going to title this video. This video is going to be called As God as My Witness. But I noticed they actually spelled God with a small g, so I'm not talking about that one. I'm talking about the Most High. Okay, time for our affirmation. Repeat after me. I am beautiful. I am worthy. I am awesome. And God never changes. I am blessed.